Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Welcome to the South Carolina College Baseball video recap for Saturday, May the 3rd. Boy, it was a rainy day all over the area. Lots of teams got their games rained out or suspended or schedule adjusted. I'd hate to be running a conference tournament right now because it seemed like they all had some kind of trouble going on. Well, let's take a look at what did happen. Among NCAA Division I teams, Cameron Flukie struck out 9 Appalachian State batters in 7 innings, and Coastal Carolina clinched a series win in that Sun Belt Conference series by the score of 6-2. The Chanticleers improved to 36-11 and 19-4 overall. They have won 11 consecutive conference games. Appalachian State fell to 21-25 and 11-12. Over in Spartanburg, Johnny Sweeney hit 2 home runs, drove in 7 runs, and scored 5 times as USC Upstate evened its Big South Conference series with Longwood by a score of 22-11. The Spartans improved to 25-22 overall and 12-5 in the conference. Longwood fell to 11-36 and 5-15. Up in Williamsburg, Virginia, Dylan Johnson homered and scored twice, and College of Charleston evened its Coastal Athletic Association series with William and Mary by the score of 4-2. The Cougars got a nice insurance run in the 9th inning to have a little bit more of a working margin when they went to the bottom of the inning. Charleston is now 26-19 overall, 9-11 in the conference. Bill and Mary fell to 20-26 and 13-7. In Spartanburg, Ryan Wynn's RBI single kept a 2-run 8th inning, and Wofford clinched a SoCon series win over Mercer by a score of 5-4. In that game, the Terriers, Noah Brenny was 2 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Wofford improved to 27-21 overall, 5-9 in the conference. Mercer fell to 30-19 and 9-8. High Point took the lead with a 4-run 5th inning in Game 1 and beat Presbyterian 10-4 in the opener, and what was supposed to be the opener for Big South Conference doubleheader down at Elton Pollock Field in Clemson. As it turns out, the rain got that second game. They postponed it until Sunday. PC fell to 17-25, 9-10 in the Big South. High Point improved to 31-14 and 12-4. All the other games, Division I games involving state teams, were either rained out or suspended. Clemson had just taken a 4-3 lead over Florida State in the 8th inning, top of the 8th, and then the game got suspended because of rain and lightning. In the bottom of the 8th, Florida State had a man on, 1 out. Cam Canarella had a 2-run triple to tie the score, and he scored the go-ahead run when Florida State botched the throw at third base. Pretty humorous effort by Canarella to get to home. He kind of tripped over the turf, I guess is best you can say, and he kind of had to stumble and crawl to get in to score, but they still could not get him in time. That game will resume at 1 o'clock on Sunday, followed by the scheduled game. Florida had a 1-0 lead over South Carolina in the bottom of the 3rd inning. When that game was suspended because of weather, it would be resumed at 1:30 on Sunday, followed by a 7-inning game to conclude the series. The Gamecocks have a runner on and I believe 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. The Citadel was supposed to play at UNC Greensboro. It got rained out. They're going to play a doubleheader on Sunday at 2 o'clock up in Greensboro. In the Conference Carolinas tournament, Galvin Gilmore's 2-run single in the 9th inning gave Barton the lead, and the Bulldogs threw out a North Greenville runner at third base to end the game and win by a score of 5-4. It was a seesaw game, couple of lead changes in the late going, but Barton did eliminate the Trailblazers. Barton improved to 31-21, and North Greenville fell to 43-13. Of course, they're in good shape for an at-large bid to the NCAA Division II playoffs. For North Greenville, Brady Price pitched 5 shutout innings, allowed 5 hits, no runs, struck out 3. Also in the Peach Belt, in the Conference Carolinas, Belmont Abbey scored the game's first 7 runs, and then after Francis Marion scored 4, the Crusaders added 8 runs in the 9th and eliminated Francis Marion by the score of 15-4. The Patriots, of course, were the regular season top seed for the tournament. I feel confident they'll get an at-large bid as well. Francis Marion fell to 40-13. Belmont Abbey improved to 36-15. Noah Stout had a home run, a walk, and scored 2 runs for the Patriots. In the Peach Belt, in the Continental Athletic Conference, Georgia Gwinnett scored 5 runs in the first inning and went on to run rule Spartanburg Methodist 11-1 in 7 innings. The Pioneers fell to 20-28. In the Peach Belt Conference, Taichi Nakeo singled, doubled, walked, and drove in 5 runs as Lander moved into the site finals of the Greenwood Sub-Regional, if you will, by run ruling Georgia College 11-1 in 8 innings. The Bearcats are now 39-13. Georgia College fell to 29-23. Later Saturday, Flagler rallied from 8 runs down to force extra innings, but USC Aiken scored a run in the 10th and beat the Saints by a score of 10-9 in an elimination game. USC Aiken is scheduled to play another elimination game against Georgia College later Saturday night. Georgia College was up by a score of 3-1 in the top of the 4th inning. There's been no update for a while. I suspect it's either in a rain delay or it's been suspended. And I'm not going to stay up late to update games like I did last night. I'm kind of worn out. Anyway, I'll give you updates on the site when they come in. In the South Atlantic Conference, top seeded Catawba scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th and beat Limestone by a score of 5-2, I believe it was. Still looking, 5-2. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of loopy. They won by 5-2, but Limestone is still alive. They're now 25-24. They will play the winner of the Newberry-Coker game on Sunday. Newberry and Coker are supposed to play this afternoon, followed by Limestone meeting that winner, but those games are both postponed until Sunday because of weather. In the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, Spring Hill scored 6 runs in the 6th inning and eliminated Benedict from that tournament by a score of 14 to... Man, I'm getting old. 11-4, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I need to do better. But I'm just like I said, I'm very tired right now. But the Tigers finished the season with a 24-18 record. Very good. Jose Gill had a single and 2 RBIs for Benedict. And Jaquez Akins was 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. In the Region 10 tournament, rain hit it hard. USC Lancaster beat USC Salkehatchie by a score of 7-1 to complete the game. It was suspended by rain and thunder on Friday night. And then Florence Darlington Tech beat USC Sumter 7-0 and to stay in the winner's bracket. That was first action for the top seeded Stingers. Lancaster and Gaston College were at no score in the top of the 4th inning when the rains and lightning hit. They've pushed the rest of the day's schedule back to Sunday, pushed some of Sunday's schedule to Monday, some of Mondays to Tuesday, etc., etc., etc. I'll give updates as the things do go along with that. Well, how about other ACC scores? Boston College beat Stanford 6-2. Miami beat NC State 10-3. Notre Dame beat Louisville 7-4. Gardner-Webb and Wake Forest were tied at 3 in the top of the 9th inning when that game was suspended because of weather. And in another non-conference game, Georgia Tech beat Western Carolina 4-2. ACC standings, of course, Florida State still have the Clemson result finalized after that game's over. But Florida State's in first place at 13-6. NC State's at 15-8. Georgia Tech's 15-9. North Carolina's at 15-9. Miami's at 14-9. Clemson is 13-9 after entering Saturday's game or Sunday's finish of the game. Duke's 14-10. Louisville 13-11. Virginia 11-10, and Wake Forest 12-12. Well, how about in the ACC? Alabama beat Vanderbilt 5-2. Arkansas swept Texas 13-8. That pulls the Hogs within 2 games of the Razorbacks for first place. Just last weekend, Texas was up by 5 games. Auburn beat Tennessee 6-1 in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 got suspended because of weather. They'll pick it up Sunday. The teams are tied at 4-4 in the 9th. Georgia beat Missouri 5-2. Mississippi State beat Kentucky 14-4 in Game 1. And as I was recording this, I looked over and I saw where the Bulldogs completed a sweep with a 6-5 win in 11 innings. Oklahoma beat Ole Miss 5-3. Texas A&M beat LSU 3-1 in Game 1. And LSU beat Texas A&M 2-1 in Game 2. How about the SEC standings? Texas is now 19-5. Arkansas 17-7. LSU is 15-8. Georgia is at 14-9. Tennessee's at 13-9. Vanderbilt and Alabama are at 13-10, as is Oklahoma. Auburn is at 12-10. Ole Miss is at 12-11. Kentucky is at 10-13. South Carolina's down there at 5-27. They need to win 2 more games to make sure they don't finish tied for last, or hope Missouri loses some more. Well, how about some of the games involving conference tournament games that did not involve state schools? All right. In the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Reinhardt beat Milligan at 6-5 to advance to the championship game, and Tennessee Wesleyan won the conference championship tournament with a 4-2 score. In Conference Carolinas, Young Harris beat Emmanuel 25-1 in 7 innings in a meeting of the 2 unbeatens. The Barton-Belmont Abbey game was postponed until Sunday because of all the rain delays that were going on. In the Continental Athletic Conference, Fisher beat Florida National 14-3 in 7 innings. In the HBCUAC tournament, Talladega beat Southern New Orleans 9-7. Stillman beat Wiley 13-9 in 13 innings. Southern New Orleans is ahead of Stillman 11-0 going into the 6th, so I'd say there's a good chance they're going to win. In the Peach Belt Conference tournament, Columbus State beat Georgia Southwestern 5-4 in 13 innings to complete a game suspended by weather on Friday. Columbus State then came back and beat Augusta 6-1. North Georgia is leading Georgia Southwestern. They had a long rain delay. They just resumed it at 11:15. Again, I'll get the update in tomorrow morning. Not going to stay up late tonight. But the Nighthawks are winning 7-1 in the 8th inning. The Augusta and North Georgia winter game will be played on Sunday. In the South Atlantic Conference, Lenoir-Rhyne beat Wingate 8-2. Carson Newman beat Virginia Wise 7-4. And then Carson Newman eliminated Wingate 7-6. In the SIAC tournament, Edward Waters beat Miles 9-2. Albany State beat Savannah State 23-8 in 7 innings. And Spring Hill beat Edward Waters 9-0. All right, how about looking at Sunday's schedule? There are lots of games on Sunday that were moved back from Saturday. High Point and Presbyterian play a doubleheader at noon. Appalachian and Coastal Carolina play a single game at noon. College of Charleston is at William & Mary at 1 o'clock. Longwood is at USC Upstate at 1. Mercer is at Wofford at 1. Florida and South Carolina will complete their suspended game at 1:30, then play a 7-inning game after that to complete the series. Clemson is at Florida State, completing their suspended game at 2 o'clock, followed by the series finale. The Citadel and UNC Greensboro are going to play a doubleheader at 2 o'clock. In the Conference Carolinas tournament in Gastonia, Belmont Abbey will play Barton at 1 o'clock. That winner will play Emmanuel at 4 o'clock. And it looks like that the Young Harris game involving the winner of that Game 14 winner and Emmanuel game may be postponed to Monday. We'll find more out later. In the Continental Athletic Conference tournament, Spartanburg Methodist plays Fisher at 11 o'clock. And the winner of that game will play Georgia Gwinnett at 3. And if Spartanburg Methodist should win 2 games, they'll have to play Georgia Gwinnett again on Monday. In the HBCUAC tournament, Talladega will play probably Southern New Orleans at 2 o'clock. If Southern should win that game over Talladega, they will play again at 5:30. In the Peach Belt Conference tournament down at Dahlonega, Augusta will play the winner of the Georgia College, North Georgia game against Georgia Southwestern. They will play the winner of that game at time to be announced because they moved it up. And then Columbus State will play the winner of the other game at a time to be announced. In the Lander portion of the tournament down in Greenwood, Lander will play at 1 o'clock if the Aiken and Columbus State and Georgia College game's ever over. And if Lander should lose that game, they'll play again at 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. In the South Atlantic Conference tournament, over in Hickory, Carson Newman plays with Norrine at 1 o'clock. If Carson Newman should win that game, they'll play again at 5 o'clock. At Newman Park in Salisbury, Newberry's playing Coker at noon. Limestone plays the winner of the Newberry-Coker game at 4 o'clock. If Limestone should win that game, Game 6 will be moved back to Monday. If Newberry or Coker should win Game 5, then the winner of that game would play Catawba at 8 o'clock on Sunday. In the SIAC tournament, Spring Hill and Savannah State play at 1. Albany State will play the winner of that Spring Hill Savannah game at 5. In the Region 10 tournament, you'll pick up the USC Lancaster Gaston College game at 9 o'clock Sunday morning. You may be late for Sunday school. And that game's in the 4th inning, no score. Game 5 of USC Salkehatchie and USC Sumter plays at noon. USC Union will be playing the Lancaster Gaston College loser at 3:30. And Florence Darlington Tech will play the Lancaster Gaston College winner at 7 o'clock. And that's that. I will update the scores that are not final when I get up on Sunday morning. I'm sorry I'm not going to stay late. But I do appreciate your reading my stuff on the PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Also follow me on Twitter. If you did not see it, I've posted Teddy Hefner's excellent article on the 1975 South Carolina College World Series teams. A lot of good stories about that team, some good comments from some of the principals involved. But for right now, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com saying this wraps up the South Carolina College Baseball video recap for Saturday, May the 3rd. Good night. Jesus loves you.